and I haven't done my eyeshadow since July 1st. But yeah, hi. I know I've been uploading, so it's not like I took a break. But like I said, I haven't done my eyeshadow since July 1st. It is July 21st as I sit down to film this. It's also 5:30, so it's not really a great idea, but alas. But yeah, I had mentioned it many times before, but I'm like, I want to get most, if not all, my YouTube videos done before I had to dog sit, and that way I won't have to just worry about it until after I got back from New York. And surprise, surprise, I'm back from New York. It's past my birthday. It's time to start filming again. So yeah, so I'm going to jump right in. This is the Colourpop Cosmetics Matte About Hue palette. Rainbow mattes. Who would have thought? So I'm going to start. I'm going to take some of Bus Stop on a fluffy brush. I need a whatchamacallit mirror. And I'm just going to start and put and blend this out. I will probably add shimmers onto this because whimsical, fun, but that will be either single shadow deal or maybe my Danessa Myricks palette because that has a multitude of colors. But yeah, like I said, it's July 21st right now. I got back from New York whatever the Wednesday was, so I think the 16th. And I made the not so bright idea, because my manager was making the schedule and she texted me, she's like, hey, she's like, I know you're back Wednesday, but do you want to take Thursday off so you can like kind of recover? And I'm like, no, I'll be fine. I was in fact not fine. I walked 20,000 steps, more than 20,000 steps every day I was there. I was there for 3 days. I walked more in 3 days than I usually do in a week. I mean, again, that's just what my phone records, so I obviously walk more, but like, I have calluses on my feet. Not to be gross, but like, I have calluses on my feet from how much I was walking. And then on another fluffy brush, I'm going to take some of the shade Dream Girl and just do it there. Wild, I know, would have thought. But yeah, I had a good time. I got a tattoo, my Breath of Venus. I got that the Monday, and it was one of the hottest and most humid days, and my tattoo artist was like, hey, you know, the shiner may not make it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And I didn't really think too much of it because all of the times I've gotten tattoos that had Saniderm have been in the winter, so the humidity hasn't affected me. It was peeling within like 30 minutes. I'm like, but I managed to keep it on until Wednesday night, and I took it off in the shower, so she started to peel on her own, which isn't ideal, but nothing I can really do about it. And she's fine. She's been moisturized multiple times a day with fragrance-free lotion because I'm not stupid. I've been through this before. And then I'm just gonna blend out some of the yellow with the shade Elephant, which is just a light yellow. Back to I haven't filmed a video in like 3 weeks. I'm a little rusty. But I saw 2 musicals while I was there. I saw Heathers, which was like the main reason for my trip, honestly. And then I did end up getting tickets to see Death Becomes Her, even though both of the main actresses were not there, so their understudies were. So, I'm still a little peeved about that. Like, one of them was scheduled to not be there, but the other one was like a last minute thing, and I'm like, oh. But I was thinking about taking another trip anyway, so I'm like, you know what, I can just see it again and hope for the best. I might go in January. I might go with a friend, I might not. She said she wants to go to New York again, and I was like, you know what, it's relatively cheap in January, and we can see a few things then. But whether or not I go with her, I'm still going. Because, again, I have more things I want to see, I have more things I want to do, more places I want to eat. Oh my god. I got a bagel from Liberty Bagels, and I know they're like one of the most hyped up bagel spots, but for good reason. I got the same cream cheese both times. Because I went twice. I was making it a point of like, oh my god, I'm gonna like branch out and try different things. No, I got ate for breakfast Monday morning, and then Wednesday morning before I had to go and check out, I got the baby dill with herb cream cheese. Fantastic. First day I got a plain bagel. Second day I got just an everything bagel. But they are so good. They are fantastic. 10 out of 10. And then on the flat edge side of this brush, I am taking some of the shade BOP. It might be Bop. I don't know. And I'm taking a little bit of ICGLU. Like, it's Igloo, but it's not like Igloo. And I'm just gonna start to pat and create like a little liner shape, because this is gonna be like lined. But yeah, on the second day I ended up kind of giving up. Like, I was so tired, and it was very, very warm that day too. But I went to Soho. I went to Olfactory finally, even though there's one in Boston, and I've been saying to my friend for like 2 years that I was gonna go. And I was like, you know what, it's here, I'm here. There's not anyone in there, so it's not like a wait. So, why not? I did, the base perfume was called Rae, R-A-E, and it was like grapefruit and citrus and bergamot, and then the added perfume note I did was grapefruit and then pink peppercorn. And I haven't liked anything with pink peppercorn, but I think pairing it with citrus makes me like it a lot more. So it was fantastic. But yeah, like, it was kind of low-key, but like, I did a lot. I spent a lot too. I mean, I spent less than what I was planning on, but like, still. And then I'm going to take the Danessa Myricks Beauty Lightwork Volume 6 Freedom Palette. This is unfortunately like limited edition, so it's not anywhere, alas. First, I'm going to take some of the shade Free, which is kind of yellowy orange and reflect, and it's like a little more iridescent-y. And I should put down a glitter glue, but I don't want to. So I'm just going to kind of tap this right over the yellow. Very light. I don't want it to be like overly, I don't want it to completely take over the yellow. I just want there to be like a little shift there. But I'm going to do the yellow one first, and then the pink, and then reinforce the liner. So, but yeah, and then, oh my god, the Amtrak ride home, originally I had a coach ticket, and I was like, you know what, I'll place an upgrade bid to business class, and I got it, so like, yay me. Except, there was the loudest, most disruptive group of children in my car. They were running up and down the aisle the entire time, and they were screeching the entire time, to like the point of like whenever their parents told them to stop, they would just screech louder. And it got to the point that like one of the attendants was like, hey, you need to like deal with your kids because we've gotten multiple complaints. And the father was like, oh my god, they're just kids. They're at least 6 to 11 in age, so they're old enough to know you need to be quiet in kind of a public space, especially when it's on transportation. And that is also my hot take, is that children should not be allowed in business or first class, because if I'm paying for an upgrade experience, I don't want children there. Especially when they're like at the age of like being menaces. Nonsense. You know, 12 to 15 year olds, whatever. They're just gonna kind of sit and sulk. But like, awful. And I'm gonna take some of the shade Serenity, which is mostly pink in reflex, and I'm just gonna put that right over on top. Like I said, I want shimmers. I deserve nice things in life. Okay, that part might be a stretch, but it's been a while since I've done my makeup. I want to do something cute and fun. And last but not least, I'm taking the shade Love, and like this one isn't as like shimmery looking, but I'm just gonna kind of reinforce that like liner shape that I have going on, because can't have her feeling left out, even though some of the other shade got layered on top of it a little. But no, it's funny. So my birthday was on Saturday, past Saturday, the 19th, and my grandfather had texted me this is not shimmery at all. This is more like a satin shimmer, which I was having that conversation with my friend. I'm like, these aren't really my favorites, but whatever. He had texted me, he's like, oh my god. He's like, I'm a day late. I'm sorry. Happy birthday. I thought today was the 18th. I'm like, and I'm like looking at the text, trying to figure out how to text him back. Be like, hey, brother, Joseph, my grandfather in Christ. And then like 5 minutes after the text, he called me. He's like, hey, he's like, today's your birthday. I'm like, yes. Yes, it is. I'm like, you have 2 grandchildren with this birthday. You should like get that. Remembered, especially because it's, you know, my birthday's been the same for 23 years. And I told that to my manager, and she's like, oh my god, today's your birthday? I'm like, yeah. She's like, why didn't you request it off? I'm like, okay, with your logic, I already had Wednesday off because PTO, because I was taking the Amtrak back, so can't exactly show up for a morning shift. So Wednesday off, Thursday off to recover. I work Friday, and then I have Saturday through Tuesday off. I'm like, girl. I'm like, and all of my friends are working, so it's not like I could have done anything anyways. And like I said, legitimately, it is fine. I'd rather be making money. And I went out to lunch. Technically, it was brunch. They gave us the brunch menu. I went out the 20th. I was fine. But these are the eyes. I think they look cute. I should have done like a more purple. This is like more magenta-y, which is, it's still cute, it's just not. But I'm gonna go find some lashes and I will be back in a second. Alright, I'm back with some lashes on. So this set of lashes I have in a pack. And I apparently forgot to put on lashes because I tore the 2 pairs that I wear the most. So now these just look a little off. I mean, they'll be fine in like 3 or 4 wears. But like, you know. But we are going to move on to the base. And I am about to nerd out. So I severely apologize. I'm going to first go in with the Bubble Cosmic Silk Hydrated Milky Toner. And so I saw, what did I see last night? I saw Superman with my father. Not that I read every single DC comic that has ever existed, because there's so many of them, and there's so many variations, and it's just a thing. But when I was younger, I did read, it was like the 2009 Covergirl, I read the New 52 Supergirl, and I read Black Canary and Green Arrow. So we saw Superman last night, and I was always against the Zack Snyder, Josh Whedon, whoever did the first Avenger. I was always very against it because, yeah, sure, creative liberties. Those are liberties that should not have been taken. Because, like, what do you mean Superman is mopey and depressed and awful? No. So we saw Superman last night. I feel like the Martin Scorsese meme just absolute cinema. It was absolute cinema. It's fantastic. And it only makes me that much more excited for the Supergirl movie because, like I said, because I don't have all of my comics still. I got rid of a bunch of them just because I'm like, I don't reread them a lot. I still have The Brave and the Bold with Supergirl and Lobo. And if I remember correctly, Lobo is in fact making an appearance in the Supergirl movie. But yeah. And then I'm gonna go in with the Glow SP Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. But no, I am so very excited about that. And, like, I kind of regret getting rid of some of my comics. Like, I have a few important ones. I have my Green Arrow, Black Canary. It was like a wedding special, not like a graphic novel they did, and I still have one of my Power Girl novels. I also did the Power Girl and Huntress series when it was, and like, I know, maybe that's why I was confusing it, but it just, the Superman movie felt like it was supposed to be Superman. And again, I never read every single DC comic that ever existed. But you know, I also watched my little Justice League Unlimited like in the animated shows. Love that. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. I had a million of the little action figures when I was little. Cinema. Fantastic. Beautiful. And I've realized I've seen David Cornstar in more things than I thought I did. Because that, when I mentioned it to my friend, because I saw it first, they brought up Twisters and I completely forgot he was in that. Pearl, and then Hollywood, and The Politician. The last two are really telling. And then I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation in the shade 96. It's funny because my friend was also like, they love Colin Firth. I would like that to be acknowledged now. So they watched A Single Man. So they texted me, they're like, oh my god, I didn't realize the little blonde twink from A Single Man was Nicholas Hoult. I'm like, dude. I think I've also realized that I like Nicholas Hoult a lot more than I realized, because I just realized that I've seen him in a lot more things than I've realized. Like, I watched Jar number 2 because I was like, oh my god, Nicholas Hoult is in this. Shout out. I watched The Menu mainly because of Nicholas Hoult. And we're seeing levels of Lex Luthor that I've only seen in the animated shows. So they're like, oh my god, he was so shiny and bald. I'm like, yeah. But shout out. And it was just, again, fantastic. 10 out of 10. This is looking a lot drier than it usually does. But no, fantastic. Ecstatic. 10 out of 10. But yeah, like I said, my birthday was on Saturday. Like I said, didn't do anything exciting. I ate like $40 worth of sushi though for dinner. So, yay me. And then also got a strawberry shortcake cake from Wegmans. I still have some of that left. Not some, I have most of the cake left. I can only eat so much. So maybe I'll have that after dinner. The cake, obviously, not sushi. I don't have any left. And then this is from Kulfi Beauty. This is the main match concealer in the shade Fudge Notch. Usually I wouldn't pair it with this foundation, but like I said, this is looking a little drier than it usually does, so I'm gonna use this to kind of bring a little bit of hydration and like, not like creaminess back into my base, but like, you know? And I'm just gonna use the same brush that I did the foundation with just because. It's funny. I placed a Instacart order. It was from Walgreens. I needed paper towels and I got a Monster. I got 2. And my former coworker, we're still friends. She texted me, she's like, did you just place an Instacart order? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, are you my Instacart shopper? She's like, no. She was riding with one of her friends as the friend was doing Instacart. I'm like, oh. I'm like, so now you're just gonna show up at my house like a stalker? But she got to meet my dog, and my dog was very happy to see her, so yay them. I find it so funny. I'm like, what do you mean did I place an Instacart order? Oh, I lost my lip balm. I lost a mostly full tube of my Strawberry Sorbet Ole Henriksen lip balm. And like, I have plenty of lip balms to choose from, but like, that was my everyday in my pocket, take me out into the world lip balm. So now that's just a little rude. Moving on to cheeks, this is from Persona Cosmetics. This is the bronze multi-stick in the shade Mojave. This is like one of my favorite bronzer tones on me. And we are just gonna bronze up the skin a bit. I could have done something a little more warmer, because you know, this is a very like kind of tropical vibe, but I don't feel like looking orange today. But I finished editing what will be put out this previous Tuesday. I just need to get it scheduled. And yeah, kind of caught you up on what's happened in the past few weeks. It's not, because again, yes, I went to New York, but it's not like anything too wild happened. I got catcalled once. Wild, I know. The trains were easy to navigate. Whoever complains about New York public transportation has to not have public transportation in their city, because it was, I mean, I also had my AirPod in, and I had Google Maps talking to me, so I wasn't just staring at my phone and like, huh, what? It was like, oh hey, go here, get off at this train stop, and I went, oh my god, okay. And it was really easy. My hotel was fine, didn't have any bed bugs or spiders or roaches. I saw one rat, and that was in the middle of the day, and I was like, okay, nothing. Like, people who complain about New York are just, they have to be from the middle of nowhere. And then I'm gonna take some of the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush in the shade Merlot Moment. This is like a nice little raspberry tone, but it does sheer out, so it's not so scary. I thought about my Rare Beauty one, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to play that game today. So, this will, it doesn't have the same finish, but again, it just sheers out a lot easier, so. But yeah, I have tomorrow off, thank God. Gonna stay home, do my makeup, and that's all I have planned. I don't need to go out or shopping. I did stop at Stop and Shop, and I got dog food and a couple of snacks. And like I said, I still have cake left over, and that's mainly what matters. Ooh, my father and I are going to see, what are we seeing? We're seeing Fantastic Four next week, on Monday. So, shout out us. This is not even, but we're going at like 11 a.m. And ironically enough, it's going to be the same exact theater we saw Superman in. Like, it's the same theater, it's the same auditorium number, and seat numbers. Because we go to AMC, because that's just what's closest to us. And we always like to try to sit in the two, like, side seats that are there often. Because the less we have to sit next to random people, the better. And it's the exact same, like, auditorium number, the exact same seat numbers. I'm like, funny. But again, and I did end up having like a 5-minute conversation with a customer about Pedro Pascal. In my defense, she started it. She said that she had seen Eddington, and she was like, you know, she's like, it's not a good movie. But she's like, oh my god, you know, I loved everybody in it. So she's like, you know, she was naming him, and she's like, what's the guy? The really popular one. She's like, Pedro Pascal. I'm like, and then that led into that, and then that also led into Nicolas Cage and Moonstruck. And Drive Away Dolls. Don't ask me how, oh, because Pedro was in Drive Away Dolls for like 2 minutes. So. This is not how my brush is normally shaped, but something was apparently pressing up against it for like 3 weeks, so it's a little misshapen right now. This is my beloved Fenty Beauty, what's this called again? Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter in the shade Pretty Pearls, and she is in fact pretty and pearly. Yeah. I also placed 2 Ulta orders. Because I really want to try that new Morphe, like the little Sculpt stick, like the skinny micro one. So I'm like, okay, place the order. Got out of stock, so they canceled it. And I was like, oh, not great. So it got back in stock, and I'm like, ooh, great. Got canceled again. I'm like, I don't want to place a Morphe order, like a straight Morphe order, because I have nothing else I want to get from them. And it's not on TikTok shop either yet, so I'm like, you know? Alright, and for lips, gonna keep it very simple. This is the e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner in the shade Baddest Beige. Oh, sure. After 3 weeks, I can't put on eyelashes, but I can line my top lip perfectly. Nonsense. I say top lip specifically because that's what I usually have troubles with, because I usually overline my cupid's bow a bit. And I'm just going to smudge out a little. And I'm sure there's something I'm missing saying, but I can't remember. I should have really like written down a list of things to be like, oh my god, and here's what you missed on Glee. And then this is from Covergirl. This is the Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss in the shade My Straw Booty, to kind of tie in with the whole kind of pinky red situation going on. Oh, I did get the Fembot lip gloss in my auto order, so I am very excited about that. Not that I love Ariana Grande's makeup line. The few things I've tried I haven't been that impressed by, but it's mainly the color that I want for it. I'm like, and I got the plumping lip gloss and not the lip balm, so it's like more intense and in your face. So I'm gonna do a little, not like a full face of new makeup, but like, oh my god, let's try some new makeup I got for my birthday kind of video, you know? But I need to go fix my bangs. Hopefully they looked fine before, so we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna go fix my bangs and I will see you in a second. Alright, I'm back. The fan's on, so my hair is getting a little, but my bangs weren't like that weird flattened part that happens. But yeah, this is the finished look. This is so cute. And like, not that I was worried that I forgot how to do my makeup, but like I was a little worried that I forgot how to do my eyeshadow, and I was like, well, if this doesn't go very well. But it did. It's cute. I like her. And yeah, I'm gonna hopefully try to get something filmed tomorrow too. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I think my nail tech is leaving the salon I go to, because I got a text from like the front desk, and they're like, oh my god, hey, you know, you have an appointment on August 17th. Your nail tech's not gonna be here. Do you want to reschedule? I'm like, oh, you know, when is she coming back? They're like, oh, we don't know. And I'm like, then why would you give me the option to reschedule? So I'm going to a new nail tech, which is a little concerning, because I was almost with her for 2 years. Like, I started seeing her in September, like of 2023. So this is rude. But I did already follow a few nail techs. So like I followed 2 that were like better at, like, you know, designs and things. And like the design I had in mind for that appointment was like something. So fingers crossed. My nail appointment next week is gonna be my last appointment with her, and I'm gonna try to get the deets. Be like, hey, are you quitting nails completely, or are you going to a new salon? If you're going to a new salon, which one? Because I need to go with you, because I don't trust these people. I got one set done by someone else, and I went, oh no, and then I got put with me, and I was like, ironically, she has the same name as me. But I had that to say too. But yeah, this is the finished look.